Have you ever felt like you were on the wrong side of history? I was always a Nintendo kid growing up, never had a PlayStation, so all of my experiences with all of their IPs, all of Sony's work over the years, all of the games on the PlayStation that weren't on Nintendo are recent, last 5 years or so. And that's why a lot of the time I will have less interesting childhood experiences to talk about, because they're games that I've played and gone, yeah, that's alright, but I'm not a big fan. Editor me here. This video was much longer than I expected it to be, so I'm making it a 3-part series. Part 1 covering PS4, 2 covering 2, 3, and PSP, and Part 3 covering the PS1. And we're starting with Ratchet & Clank for the PS4. As I understand, this game is sort of a weird meta thing where it is a retelling of the first game or something. I'm not a fan of the series, I don't know how it works, but I know that this is a different continuity to the original, and it's sort of like the Star Fox 64, correct me if I'm wrong, with some emphasis placed on elements from the film that came out. Either way, this was my first introduction to the franchise, and I'm not going to repeat this for every box because there's quite a few, but I do not like the way PlayStation 4 boxes feel and look. Even the spine's kind of gross with this blue. That's only on this one, to be fair, but still. It's a fine video game. I mean, it felt very much like a Warriors game in that the fun part was most of the sort of satisfying feeling of just, you know, blowing up a bunch of guys and all the bits go everywhere, but I didn't fall in love. I didn't finish it. I'm sure it's a fine video game, but it just doesn't appeal to me very much, and you're gonna get a lot of that in this video, unfortunately. I've tried to spice it up by having games that I can gush over and really enjoy every so often, but this is not one of them. Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is a very strange game to exist, really, because it's obviously a remake of Final Fantasy VII, but it's not. It's not a remake at all. It takes the same characters, the same location in Midgar, and some of the elements of the story, and just completely flips it on its head in a lot of ways. A lot of people love this game, like a lot. I will say visually it's one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like, it's ridiculous how pretty it looks, unless you're, you know, looking down at the pizza from above. But the characters, the close-up environments, the combat, it's amazing. But again, the combat wasn't my cup of tea. It felt sort of like more action Xenoblade with less depth, if that makes sense. And yeah, it was kind of fun. I got past like the ghost train yard bit, and I watched the pizza fall, and then I got bored and turned the game off. I'm not invested in the series enough to buy Intergrade or Rebirth or the next one when it comes out. But I'm glad it exists, because it is both paying respect to the original by using its characters and sort of world and building on the themes of it, but it's doing its own thing. It's not just another shameless live-action Disney sort of rip-off product where they're using the same storyboards. It's its own thing, which I do respect. The fact that I don't love it is a me problem. I do like the box art on this one though. It feels, I mean, yeah, obviously it's a reference to the original, but on the store shelf, this pops a lot more than a lot of games with those sort of muddy colors. This white, it's bold. I like it. I don't know why my copy is so, I don't know if you can see that. It's like wavy. And yeah, a lot of these games I've got pre-owned, I will say. 2 discs for the PS4 is quite unusual, but there's a lot of this game, so a lot of polygons on Cloud's little dresses. Now for something that I'm sure everyone can relate to, Persona is mid. Yeah, I have all 3 of the first Persona 5 games. The fact that Persona 5 on its own is a franchise is pretty ridiculous. I didn't buy Tactica, I don't have Q2. This was pretty much where I stopped with Persona 5, but still, the fact that there's 3 is insane. I got this one only because it was $10 or something really cheap at an EB Games, and it's a rare game and it's nice to own. I'll get to this in a minute. I'll talk about the main game first. Persona 5 is a very, very difficult to discuss game. It's not amazing. There's a lot of things wrong with it. In a lot of ways, it feels like Xenoblade 2. Very nice disc, by the way. Very, very nice steelbook copy I've got here. But there's just so many little things wrong with it. And I know there's that one video essay that people like to talk about, style over substance, and that's kind of true. A lot of the story elements are dog shit, a lot of the character writing's dog shit, a lot of the combat just feels like mashing. The dungeons aren't amazing. It's just, everything about it is 6 out of 10, except for the presentation is stunning, you know, the music's stunning, the visuals are stunning. It is one of the most influential RPGs of this generation, probably. But the fact that I don't love turn-based combat to begin with really predisposes me to not completely falling in love, I guess. There are some elements I really, really like, and I could talk a lot more about this game, but for the sake of time... It's a good game, but I'm not going to play it again. I have a friend who replayed the game a ton, which is kind of insane to me, but... I don't know, I like Yusuke. Yusuke's pretty cool. Where is he? He's right here, he's chopped in half. These two are a little bit of a different story. This one is meant to be a sort of Warriors version of Persona 5. I mean, not version, it's its own story. It's a sequel, actually. It includes only stuff from the base game, though, not Royal, which I didn't buy, which is interesting. I guess it was developed at the same time as Royal. But, yeah, I just never sunk my teeth into this one. I got to the first boss and couldn't beat Alice, and turned the game off, and then started playing something else, probably Yakuza, which we will get to. There's a whole stack of Yakuza games just here. I can't, in good faith, give an opinion on this game, because while I liked Hyrule Warriors, it's the only Warriors game I've really played, and I didn't play enough of this game to form an opinion, so this is on the I will get back to it list, I promise. And this piece of shit, I'll just show you this one as well. This game is my favorite rhythm game I've ever played. It is the only game on the PlayStation that I have platinumed. I really respect what this game is going for. I think the music is great, most of it, besides that Mass Destruction remix. I think most of the story and sort of flavor content is cute at worst. It's much better of a product than this, even though they came out at the same time. Somehow the beat mapping in this one is 10 times better than this one. The remixes in this one are 100 times better. Everything new that comes out of this musically is just dog shit somehow. Even the aesthetics, I just like blue more than red, so maybe that's it, but they're meant to be like two parts of a whole. And of course there's the Persona 4 one, which I can't show you, which you can only play on the PS4 digitally if you bought the bundle of all three, and when it locks you out if you have one of these. It's insane. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I really love this game, and I really hate this game, which is really interesting, I think, that they managed to fuck one up so badly whilst also making such a good product with the other one. I do not like this banner, it's kind of annoying me as I'm watching, but yeah, I mean, I'm a fan, and I hate it. And to break it up, I'm going to show you something. You're looking at just about all of the Persona merchandise that I've got. This one is obviously a pop-up parade. You can tell by the fact that it says pop-up parade because you're a genius. It's still boxed, it's got these waves in it, and it's got like dust on it, and it's pretty shit condition for the box, but that's because I bought it pre-owned in Japan for 40 AUD, which is, you know, half the RRP, and I quite liked Aigis as a character in Persona 3 and 3 Dancing. I didn't finish Persona 3, but I watched the films, the 4 films, and I know of her in the fighting game, Arena Ultimax, Ultimate Suplex Hold if you're Japanese, and of course in this. And I like Aigis, I think she's cool, so I got it. I want to show it here because I'm probably not going to show it again. I like the little deer feet, like Fire Emblem Awakening, that's pretty funny. But yeah, I don't have a ton of PlayStation merchandise, so I was going to sort of throw in PlayStation character merchandise in between every so often. And this is Jonkla. This is Ren Amamiya. I love how lanky he is. I got this for 500 yen, and there's a story to this one. So in 2019, I went on a school trip to Japan with my Japanese class, which was very awesome. I love the fact that we got able to do that. I can show you the bag with the little tags on it from that trip at some point. Within arm's reach, I actually had these essential phrases the teacher gave us for in case we got lost. So we weren't incredibly good at Japanese at the time, which is quite funny. I just kept this as a keepsake. Oh, that's someone's phone number. You can't see that. And on that trip, at a place called Book Off, which is like this big Japanese bookstore chain that has a whole bunch of other collectible shit in it, which is really awesome, I think. I found this exact figure for 500 yen, which is the equivalent of about $5 here. For reference to Americans, $5 will get you about 0.4 of a burger. I found him at the same time as that Cylon that I have over there. Dent in Japanese, the green guy from Pokemon Gen 5 that you fight as the first gym leader if you're using the water type Oshawott. I found him and Joker at the same shop. I bought Joker, left Cylon, or Cylon, however you say it, and then he came home with me, this Joker. However, at some point, this very, very fragile piece of plastic here with the glasses snapped. And I think the glasses may have been oh, well, fucking hell. I couldn't write this if I tried. So as I was fucking saying, I had this Joker smoking a cigarette, as it looked like, for a while, and the glasses went missing, right? I think they got vacuumed up. Anyway, next time I went back to Japan, I found the same figure, and I got it again, and it fucking broke again. I can't recommend this guy as far as a product, because, yeah, he's a bit dusty as well. For fuck's sake. I'll fix that later, but that is gold. I caught that on camera. I didn't mention a minute ago, the other Joker that I have, the original one, I kept him. He's in his box without any glasses. Over there, buried, and I'm not going to bring him out yet. Maybe I'll show you at some point, but it's just a generic orange box, alright? Team Sonic Racing. Now this is a very divisive game yet again. I wasted my money on this because I really, really liked Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing on the Wii, which was also on the DS, and then was also Transformed, which had, you know, the cool crossover characters with Wreck-It Ralph, Real Life Race Car Driver Woman, TF2, Yogscast. Yeah, that game was actually really fun. The original and Transformed. And I thought, wow, they're making a new Sonic Racing game. It's going to look really pretty. It's on the PS4. It's a shame the crossover stuff's gone, but hopefully they'll account for that by making the gameplay that much better, and they didn't. Yeah, this game is a waste of money. I cannot believe that I bought it at, what, $40? $36? What a fucking scam, man. Spider-Man. This is the first game that I can confidently say you should buy, I think, if you own a PS4. Persona 3 was a bit wonky, because, you know, it's a generic rhythm game. This game is really, really good. It is not outstanding in, like, a narrative or presentation sense. Like, it's pretty, it's nice to swing around. And the story's pretty good, much better than you'd expect for this kind of game. But the main fun of it is the exploring Manhattan and just sort of fucking around, right? The combat's fine, the story's good, the visuals are good, it's just okay across the board, you'd think, but then when it comes together, they sort of have an effect where it feels nice to be in the game. I'm going to quote the line, you really feel like Spider-Man, with the non-exaggerated swagger of a white boy. It's a good game. There's not a ton I personally have to say about it, because I played it, I beat it. I don't think I 100%ed it, but I did most of the stuff. I really, like, got in depth, but then it's sort of fallen out of my ears. It didn't leave a lasting impression on me, so that's the only complaint that I can have, really, besides the hideously boring box art, but I guess that's to make it look like a film poster or something, right? And I mean, it's striking. It's a really good game. I like Wilson Fisk. He's pretty cool. Buy this one. Death Stranding. Now, to break the sort of theme we've been going for, this is a very divisive game. I love Hideo Kojima as a man, as a brave. That's a Yakuza reference, you'll get to that later. But no, Death Stranding is a very, very unique game. It is going to be completely unique up until the new one releases. But I cannot recommend it, really, at all. It's really, really weird, right? Like, I get that Kojima's meant to be weird, that's a lot of his stuff, but this is weird not just in a sort of story and character sense, because yeah, there's, you know, a baby in a bloody bag, you got reincarnation, you got the ghost things, you got... I'm not going to spoil a ton, but it's a really fucked up weird premise for the game, right? And there's a lot of weird things that happen in it, but I mean weird in terms of game design, because there is no incentive to do things besides you want to as the player, and the process of doing those things is usually holding forwards, watching the guy sort of fall over and pick up your stuff if you're bad at the game, or slowing down and walking slower for like 20 minutes across a field. And that's the content, right? As an actual video game, if you don't understand English and skip all the cutscenes or something, there's very little here. It's just a really pretty Finland looking place. I believe it's based on a real, like reference images that they use to create this sort of landscape that the game's associated with are a real place, which is pretty cool. I would like to go to Death Stranding, Finland, but yeah, I mean, for someone like me, there wasn't a lot of enjoyment to be found in the actual gameplay, even though I respect what it's trying to do immensely. I would not say it's a bad game, but I did not finish this one. Thank you, Kojima. Please make the next one actually have a reason to do side quests instead of just, I want to. I get that's part of the creative sort of idea of the game and its futility, and I'm not going to get into the artsy-fartsy, but games are usually meant to be played for fun, and popping in Death Stranding and doing anything besides the story just isn't. You know what is fun? This game is amazing. Now, for the longest time, I thought it was just some so retro, sort of generic platformer thing, but then I actually played the game, and I had my Danny DeVito moment. It's really, really damn good. Like, sure, visually and stage design, and a lot of ways it's inspired by Megaman, which is, you know, not a bad thing. I fucking love that guy. But it did feel iterative until I played it, but it is such its own thing. It is so different to what a lot of other things that I've played. It is Megaman in the sort of formula of you go through and you fight the bosses and so on, but it's got like a world map. It's a little different in that regard. But the gameplay of the shovel, I mean, it's slightly reminiscent of Scrooge McDuck in the NES game, but it's its own thing. I really, really like it. I like the checkpoint system, I like the character designs, I love the music, the visuals for what they are. The stage design is just tight, it's clean, everything. They've thought about what you can do, and you have to think outside the box sometimes. It's just fun to move around, the sound effects. This game, amazing. Maybe it is just because it is Mega Man in a skin, and I am deluding myself into thinking that it's its own thing because you don't have a gun. But a lot of the stage design feels Mega Man. The more I speak, the more I'm realizing I like this because it's Mega Man adjacent. But I love this game. You should really play it. Dark Souls 3. Now, before I turn over this box, you can still hear it at the bottom. This is a pre-owned copy, alright? I bought this very cheaply at a pawn shop, not even a used game store, a pawn shop. And that's why it was cheap, okay? Oh, that is grim. Yeah, I just wanted to play the game cheaply, but I wanted it physically. You know how it is. Yeah, does it have the price here? This is the receipt for the guy who sold it to the pawn shop. He got 280 bucks for his PS4, which is over there. I'm not going to show it, and he got like 5 bucks for this. Yeah, this game is difficult. Hot take. I played it a little with my friend who's like a Dark Souls nut. A dark nut, even. He just sort of carried me, though. We did like the online multiplayer stuff. I'm not good at this game. I don't want to be good at this game. It's frustrating to me. If it had the sort of Celeste system where when you die, you go right immediately back to it without the whole backtracking and dying to random bullshit and the whole campfire system. Like, I get that it's like a well-designed video game, but it's just not fun for me to be in, move around in, do the combat. I don't like it. I can respect what it's doing. I like the art direction in some respect, even though it kind of looks like mud, like visually looking at it. I can respect the sort of gothic horror style they're going for, very Castlevania-esque, another one of my favorite series. I'm not beating this though. Like, I probably could, but I would not enjoy it, so I'm not going to. Crash! These are the only Crash games that I've ever played, and I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I know people love Crash Bandicoot. He's another one of the hardest Boll's old platformers, but I didn't love it. I beat the first game. I'm not sure which one of these is most to be representing the first game. Probably this one, right? The jungle. I remember the jungle. I beat the first game. I thought it was alright. I tried the second one. Didn't love it. And then I got this one as a gift, actually. I did not buy this for myself. It's a lot nicer visually in some respects, but I didn't get very far. It just feels like more of the same. I hate this interior box art for a lot of PS4 things, by the way. It's a fine game, I'm sure. I just didn't get enthralled. And I think the main issue with the Crash franchise as a whole that I have, from what I've played, 3-4 games, there is no incentive to do some of the side content, because you're either getting it all or don't bother, and then you've already beat the level, right? So you can beat the level, or you can beat the level with all of the boxes. There's no reward for getting 80% of the boxes, right? There's no tick for saying you've got 80% of them. You have to go out of your way to hunt every single one of them down, and that sucks the fun out. Even in the first world of this, I experienced that. So I just never went for completion, and I don't like depth perception, and these games require a lot of depth perception from you sometimes. And I just find them difficult, but not in a fun way. This one was fun enough to beat. I did beat the first game, so I can say this with, an opinion. And I get that the first one is maybe not the best, but still. I'm not a Crash fan, but I can respect them. They're fine. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, this copy looks like dog shit. Yes, it was pre-owned. Okay, don't yell at me. I hate this red spine, and that's the main reason I got it out next, because I hadn't talked about it. This is like the Nintendo Select equivalent, PlayStation Hits they're called, and sometimes you can respect that kind of thing, but this is way too much. Maybe even the banner's fine, but the red spine, man, come on. I mean, it overwrites what was there before. Anyway, this game, this box art is atrocious. It is Aloy from Genshin Impact, with complete edition and 4 review scores. It reminds me of that one Batman box art. You can see the big W sticker from when this was bought originally. And you know what? I hated this game so much. I've got 2 of them, baby. Yeah, another one of these was a gift. This was my original copy. It's a bit nicer condition. This was the gift one. Bad box art. Fine game, I'm sure. I actually haven't played very much of these. This was around the era of me playing Breath of the Wild, right? 2017-18-ish. So I tried Skyrim, I tried Horizon, I tried... what else was it? A couple of other games similar to Breath of the Wild, and none of them hooked me the same way Breath of the Wild did. So I got, an hour into this game? I really can't comment on the quality of the game. The fact that I have 2 of them is pretty funny, but what can you do? I'll play it eventually, maybe. Now for actual cinema, we've got Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Again, I love you, Hideo Kojima. This game may be a masterpiece. I can start listing off things that I don't love about it. I don't love the online aspect. I don't love the whole not finished and we add content later thing. I don't like the fact that that Eli Jungle mission for the finale was not actually in the game even after updates. I can throw all this shade at it. But this game is fantastic. Absolute fantastic game. There's so much that I can rave about, and I'm going to try and keep it short, but I love Venom Snake. I like the story. I think it could have been portrayed better. It was very all over the place, and it was a bit difficult to tell what was happening, even if you had played the previous games. But even outside of the story, I've got my Venom Snake here for reference. Even outside of the story, this game, from a gameplay perspective, is fantastic. Now, it may be kind of generic gun game in a lot of respects, but you can play it so much more stealthy. There's so many different unique options. When you get to late game, all the batshit insane stuff you can do is amazing. I love the guys that follow you around, the robot, the hot woman. I like Quiet as a character. I shouldn't just distill her to hot woman. She's probably one of my favorite characters in the game. Sure, her existence is ridiculous in terms of like the... yeah, I just wanted to see titties guy, right? From that one Sungwoo sketch, but... yeah, no, good character, amazing game. I'm going to stop now, but a lot of the story moments really hit me. A lot of the sort of action set pieces have stuck in my head. Just so much of playing this game and completing it. I did do everything in this game that wasn't directly online. I didn't get every like single skin from like the forward operating base missions. I did everything but that, I think. Everything offline. Love this game. Fucking amazing. Play this game. One complaint about this figure while I talk about it, I might talk about him again some other time, but that face model does not look anything like the Venom Snake that we're used to. And these knees are quite clicky. But that's just the PlayArts Kai. This is a PlayArts Kai Venom Snake, by the way. He's got some other guns, I'll show you them some other time, but I was given this by a good friend of mine. Diamond Dogs. One other tidbit about this game is that in this game you have the companions, right, like I mentioned. You have Quiet, you have the Robot Walker. Unfortunately, I do not have access to a Robot Walker or a Quiet in real life, but the horse that you ride on, the horse, spitting image of the horse in the back garden over there. So every time I see red, I just think, oh, it's the horse, just in the back of my mind. Just something to mention. Neo. This is a bit of a stretch of games I haven't got a ton to say about. Neo is a Souls-like samurai Japan epic awesome sword fighty game. And I got 2 hours in and got incredibly bored, and I thought it was hard and not fun and looked like mud, so I stopped. I don't hate the game, I think it's fine, I'm just probably not going to play it. Drive Club. This game is lost media. That's not how you use the word, but I think it's funny to say that. This was an online-only racing game. I liked the way it looked visually a lot, very, very realistic sort of driving game, but I got this too late to the party. This disc is practically useless now. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. Apparently this is like a remake or port of the PSP game, but yet again, I haven't actually played this one. I know, I'm so lame. This was in a gift sort of bundle thing by this relative with the other copy of Horizon and a game we'll get to in a minute. So there's like a whole bunch of random shit they picked off the shelf. I don't like this game enough to try it. I don't dislike this game. I have no opinion of this game, but I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. I'm not a turn-based combat fan. I don't even know if it is turn-based combat. But I've had so many other games that I've actually bought for myself and wanted to play that I've never given this game the time of day that it probably deserves. I will at some point pop it in for an hour. I promise. And Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yeah, this is a game that I own physically on PS4 for some reason. I have no desire to play a fighting game on the PS4 because you have to pay for online. I pay for the online on the Nintendo Switch anyway because I love Smash Bros, right? I couldn't live without that. But yeah, I'm not paying PS Online to play Dragon Ball FighterZ on pad, not stick. I guess I could plug in my stick, but then you can't use like headphones. I mean, I just want to play this game on the PC if I want to play it, and I don't want to play it because I don't think it's a very good video game. I can respect a lot of what it does, visually it's amazing, the fan service is amazing, but I'm just talking about JoJo Eyes of Heaven again, aren't I? It's a much better game than that from a competitive standpoint, but it's far too rushed down for my liking. As far as my experience with Dragon Ball as like a whole media franchise, right, I read Dragon Ball Original from Chapter 1 up to, I believe, the Saiyans appearing with Nappa and Vegeta, sorry, from Fortnite. And then I swapped over to the anime, the Dragon Ball Z Kai version, which is like the updated sort of re-recorded thing with different music and voice actors of the original anime with the bits cut out that weren't canon, right? And then for Kai, I watched up until the Cell games and I got bored and stopped. I have Cell in Fortnite, but that's about the experience I've had with Dragon Ball, so I'm not the biggest fan. I know most of the characters in this game, but I don't have the same joy in my heart when I'm looking at the fan service compared to JoJo, so I haven't played a lot of this. I have got this Goku figure though. I found him at a local hobby shop without a sticker on him and sort of lowballed the guy for the price, and I got him for what, $35 when he should be what, 50, 60? and I've got him doing a Fortnite default dance because I am quite unfunny, or at least I was back when I bought him. I hope I've gotten a little better. Maybe I'll make him do Orange Justice next. Last total dogshit game, I promise, at least for a while. This game is an online only thing. I'm not paying for online. I've never played this. This was again part of that gift pack thing. I don't know what they were doing. I guess they got all the cheap games. No shade to them. I mean, I can't shit on someone who's got me a gift, but it was a very odd choice of games. Never played this. I can't actually nowadays, I believe, and I didn't like Skyrim, so I doubt I would like the ones before it. That's about as uneducated as I hope you will ever hear me talking about games, but you can tell I don't really give as much a shit about PlayStation as Nintendo. So I'm sorry, but I'm not Googling it. Megaman 11. Now, if you are a regular viewer of the channel, you have heard me quite a few times talk about how much I love Mega Man. And Mega Man 11 is a great game. I'm not going to talk about it again here, because I did that in the Nintendo Switch games episode. But this was how I first played the game, actually. I got this, again, pre-owned. All these boxes look dog shit, because they were all pre-owned. When we get to the Yakuza games section, they're not, which is nice. What can I say? It's Mega Man. It's Mega Man 11. I love it. Go watch the Switch games episode right now, please. God of War. God of War and I have a little bit of a history, and that history is me getting halfway through the game and not liking it. Again, awful red bar, but that's whatever. I've heard a lot of people adore this game. This is one of the highest rated games, but to me it felt like a walking simulator. My biggest issue with this sort of style of game, specifically this game I'll talk about for a moment, you see that axe he's holding? The best solution to all of the combat scenarios was run away, press the triangle button to throw the axe over and over and over again, then run away when the enemy gets close. Maybe use like a knockback thing. If that solves every single problem, then the game isn't designed incredibly well, is it? Now, I'm sure the enemies get harder on harder modes or at the end of the game, but I got so bored with like half of the game that I just sort of threw the axe. I tried spicing it up occasionally, but I play Zoners. This game is not amazing. I know a lot of people love it. Maybe I'm wrong. I killed one of the dragons, maybe two of the dragons. Saw the hot witch lady. What else happened? I don't remember. This game, again, a lot of PlayStation feels like it's in one ear, out the other. Like Spider-Man, amazing game, in one ear, out the other. This game, didn't even finish it. Didn't love it, in one ear, out the other. I'm sorry. I know that's probably blasphemy. I will eventually play the old ones. You know, the actual original God of War. Not God of War 2018 with like the, you know, fake parentheses to say when the year was, because otherwise the game's title is identical to a previous game. I hate when games do that. Like, look at Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Like, the 2006 isn't written there, but you have to imagine it is, otherwise it has the same title as I forgot to mention this one earlier. Yeah, I got this game as part of the bundle when I bought my PS4 for $150 off some guy. I played it for 10 minutes. I don't get why you'd play these, but I'm not the target audience. I didn't buy the game. I didn't even get it gifted to me. It was just sort of in the purchase, so I can't shit on it. I just don't like it. Final Fantasy 15. This game scared me with all the downloadable content and menus that it had when I put it in. I actually wanted to play this one. This was a game I bought on my own. Noctis. There he is, the guy from Tekken 7. Needless to say, by the fact that I'm saying and I didn't play this game very much. I'm sorry, I'm revealing how much of a fake gamer I am. I'll get back to it eventually, but it was just weird menus. I don't know, I got scared off. Ni no Kuni 2. This is a very pretty game. Visually, in terms of the story, it is cute. Everything about it is just wholesome and lovely. I didn't get far in it because I didn't love the gameplay, and the story was not, you know, capturing me. It's kind of a children's story, in a way. I'm not just saying that because pretty colors, but it just wasn't very deep. I mean, there's a gun. That's not really for kids, but it didn't capture me, alright? I can really respect it. It's very pretty. Maybe one day I'll get through it, but it feels like getting through it, getting through the gameplay part rather than enjoying it. Very nice to own though, very pretty. And this is the, when I bought it, I thought it was a steelbook, because it was like $5, and I was like, wow, that's so pretty. And this was recently after I got the game, so I was like, maybe I'll really like the game. And it is a very, very nice steelbook, but it is not that. It is the making of DVD, which is almost cooler, honestly. It is so nice. Actually, no, maybe I bought this thinking it was the game and then bought this. I don't remember. It's either one of those. Either I played this and got this immediately, or I got this, realized it wasn't the game and got this. Either way, I got them both at nearly the same time. So I hadn't formed an opinion on the game to know that I didn't actually care that much. Very, very lovely thing to own. And these are some, like, postcard things, I believe. Yeah. Interesting that his face is so pissy here, given that on the front cover, he's not. That's a weird lighting difference in the images. That's not the yellowing of the cardboard. That's the disc image. Very nice. And you can see the back's the same. And here we have the box art. Very, very, very pretty game. I can respect it a lot. I'm probably not going to beat it though. Just didn't seem like a me game. Ghost of Tsushima. This is one of the games that I'm most likely to actually get back to, because I have a friend who adored it, and I only played it for like, 2 hours? It's a historical drama, it is batshit insane, it is sort of... This is Ghost of Tsushima at home, and I finished this. So maybe someday I'll actually beat Ghost of Tsushima. I'm sure it's amazing. I didn't get to the amazing part. Someday. JoJo! I already talked about JoJo Eyes of Heaven in another episode, the JoJo episode, go watch that. I like the fact that this game exists. I think a lot of things about it are pretty cool. The gameplay is dog shit, don't play it. Balan Wonderworld. Yes, it is Wonderworld and not Wonderland. Yeah, this game is also very, very dog shit, but I got it for cheap and I thought it was funny. Yeah, don't even waste $8 on this. It is not worth it. The game is abysmal. I'm not going to rant about how bad it is. Everyone else has already done that. But yeah, this game is nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's a 2 out of 10 experience. It looks kind of nice sometimes. Go watch the Alpha Red playthrough, honestly. This is cute. It's so cute. A mission ticket with Team Balan. There was some heart in this. But it's Balan fucking Wonderworld. It's not a good game. Borderlands, Handsome Collection. For some reason I thought this was Borderlands 1 and 2, but no, it's Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel, which is not the original. That's the guy from Fortnite, but I don't know much else about it. I have a friend who loves Borderlands. He asked me to try it, and I played a little with him, I think. Because I definitely tried PS Plus, and I remember doing... Maybe it was just on call with him watching, but... I'm not a Borderlands fan, maybe I would like them if I tried, but this kind of gun game just doesn't do a lot for me usually. GT Sport, this is an actually good game that I really like. It is very, very technical compared to other car racing games that I've tried, and the actually, I'll just mention, this spine fits on this one because that's kind of the red color of the rest of it, so I actually don't mind the way this one looks. I don't love this, and I don't love this. I don't love this, but I can bear it, and that's fine, honestly. This is nice to have. Really, 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 really high quality car simulation game. I like a lot about it. I used to just go around, just do laps in my favorite cars just for fun, because it just felt nice to drive. Unfortunately, that bit's missing, so the disc kind of slides around a little, which is very uncomfortable for me. But if you close it, you don't have to think about it. Medieval. This is a PS1 game remake, I believe. That is Sir Daniel Fortescue, I want to say. The skull guy. He's kind of cool. I liked this game. I got halfway through it. It felt like 3D Ghosts and Goblins, but not hard. Just in terms of like the theming and the style. It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't love it enough to finish it, but that's most games, right? Infamous Second Son. Now, you remember how I mentioned that I had a phase where I played Breath of the Wild and Skyrim and a whole bunch of other sort of open worldy games? I played this one, I believe, before Spider-Man, around that time, and I actually quite liked it. It is a bit underbaked. The fact that they had a whole sequel 1.5 game with the laser lady that can run up walls. The fact that the concrete power-up just doesn't have all of its abilities because they didn't finish coding them. And the fact that it looks like slop visually. Those are not helpful. But I love a lot about what this game does. It is fun to move around, it is fun to fight people. I like the creative powers. It feels like Spider-Man at home, but because I experienced Spider-Man second, this game holds a special place in my heart. I really like it. I also understand that it's very different in tone to the previous Infamous game, or games, I'm not even sure. There's the one with the blue and red box art on PS3. Is that the only one? I'm not sure. I forgot this guy's name even, but he's like the smoky guy, and I like the smoky guy, what can I say? Kingdom Hearts 3. I bought this expecting to play through the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series first, and I found this cheap, and also it has a nice box art. And then I did a little bit of digging and realized the Kingdom Hearts is batshit insane, and I don't like Disney, so it's probably not for me. At least I have something to show for Sora when I eventually get around to like a game for every character, Sora. But no, I've got the PS2 game, what am I talking about? Yeah, I don't know why I have this, I played 20 minutes. Here is the contractually inserted good game that I can actually talk about for a minute. I know I mentioned earlier I don't like it when the title is just thing with like an implied year, but this box is raw enough that I kind of don't mind. I would like this red to not be here, but this is not one of those sort of select games. This is a special edition of the game. You can see by the chunky box. Again, I got this cheap. Pretty much all of my PS4 games, if you haven't noticed, are pre-owned. Nice box on the outside, pretty tattered, but then you open it up and there's an actual normal game box in here, as well as some goodies. Here's the game. That's a much nicer box art, and this looks almost new. Now, this is one of the first PS4 games I got. As I said earlier, I'm not the biggest gun game kind of guy, but this one did something to me, I'm not sure why. I'll take the goodies out, I'll show you these in a minute. Oh, look at that, fucking ad. That's awesome. And a season pass. Yeah, alright. And one thing I will mention real quick, I love this reversible cover. It's like recreating the original Doom. I don't have that one set to the outside because I think this is like the official box art, but that's really nice that I can just look at it if I wanted to for whatever reason. Doom is a very, very fun video game. It's a bit mindless, it feels like Hyrule Warriors or something like that sometimes, because a lot of it is just, you know, shoot the guy and he explodes, but it feels good, sounds good. Yeah, insert the clip of fucking Negan Tekken. But, yeah, I can recommend this game. I really, really like the artistic style. The music's good. I mean, it's not the kind of thing you'd listen to a lot of the time, but it really, really fits the mood, right? The exploration's fun, funny little guys was fun, and it's not just the whole Sigma male power fantasy bullshit. Because, like, yeah, I can see why some people would like it because of that. But some of the things in the story are pretty cool. Like the whole corrupt government shit. I don't know, it had some good vibes. I love this game in a lot of ways, but I didn't buy Eternal. I didn't love it that much. Now for the patches, this is like the bad company, I believe, the worst company even. There's the logo, it's also on the disc, you can see. You got this little handbook with some of the, oh no, that's the wrong handbook. That's just telling you how to use a controller. I know how to do that. Here we go, in here. We've got this. I believe this is a poster, which I'm going to try not to crease too badly as I unfold it for you. Oh, it's already pretty badly creased, isn't it? Yeah, it's a pretty shitty little poster. Progress takes sacrifice, and yeah. It's cute. I wouldn't have this on my wall. I've got a couple of other ones like these for Breath of the Wild and so on, you'll see eventually. And then here's the book that I was looking at. It has a little handbook with all the little demon guys and little factoids about them, little Pokedex entries. And some guns, and some gun Pokedex entries, which is pretty cool. And I like that this exists, and I've read it. It has some cute, like, sort of dark humor here as well. Workplace safety. Do not attempt to leave. Yeah, it's cute. Good collection. I can recommend it. Starlink. Now, I mentioned in the Switch episode that I have this game on Switch. I think the box art for this one is nicer. It doesn't have Fox superimposed, which is a shame. It has the Zenith here instead of the R-Wing. but otherwise it's pretty similar. There's no big white gap, so this is nicer to have as a product just to hold. But I'd rather play the game on the Switch because, you know, Joy-Con, I think they're cooler to like sort of do the gyro stuff with. Plus, one thing about this game is that you have to connect the little ships to the controller, right? And play with them on top of the controller, which feels really weird for a PS4 controller. And also, you can't put ship that you bought for the Switch game on the PS4 controller. They're unique adapters for whatever reason. So the only PS4 Starlink ship that I own is the Zenith here. Now you can swap out the guns. You can swap out the guns just fine between the Switch and PS4 ones. And you can swap out the people too, I believe. There's like John McProtagonist Man in there, that guy. But this is a different thing for the Switch and the PS4, which is really strange. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, this is kind of a cute little toy spaceship, but I have it in a drawer and not on display because it's kind of mid, and who gives a shit about this game? I haven't played very much of it on this, but I found this bundle with the ship and the game together for very cheap, and I sort of thought it would be cool to have all the ships at the time, and I didn't get them all eventually. I only got like 4. But, I mean, I have this one because it's on PS4. Damn, this thing feels cheap. Sonic Force. Yeah, this is our Sonic Forces. It is in Japanese because I found it in Japan very cheaply. You've noticed that I've said I found it cheaply for like all of these because I don't like spending a lot of money on this console. I don't know why. I just prefer the Switch in pretty much every way. Anyway, I've beaten 2 Sonic games. One of them is Sonic Force. Force says if you're English. And the other one is Sonic-DS. Sonic Colors DS, which is Sonic-3 in spiritual successor style. Yeah, this game is bad, but it's funny bad. I like a lot of the things it's going for. I like the visual style in the menus, kind of like Sword and Shield in a lot of ways. Lots of polish in the menus, but not much else, really. I could see why people were very, very, very disappointed when it came out, but it's more funny to laugh at now than anything. I did beat it. I was bad at the game. My friends are gonna bully me and laugh at me every time I try playing this game nowadays, because I died a lot more than you really should for a game this stupid baby easy. But no, it's a bad video game, fun to own. Finally, Uncharted. I bought these together for very cheap. You can see the, like, what was it, like a garage sale or something, $5 there. And this game looks visually phenomenal, but again, very broken. I would never buy a game like this broken, unless it was ridiculously cheap, which is why I have. And for Uncharted, the original games, I actually beat the first one, liked the first one, got halfway through the second one and got bored. I know that's not the common opinion. I'll get back to them eventually. I did think it was cool, but they're basically just like playing movies, playing sort of schlocky, generic action movies, and that's cute. I like Nathan. I don't give a shit about the story at all. I could name, Nathan, Sully, his white woman wife, the hot Asian chick, I think, and that's it. Right? Those are the only characters I even remember. Maybe eventually I'll get stuck into the second one, finish it, like it. If I do like it, I'll play the third one. If I like the third one, I'll play the fourth one. I don't want to play them out of order because I know that the story does kind of matter, and that 4 is like this big emotional thing, right? And you're meant to have played the previous ones. But maybe just as an experience as a video game, I'll play the 4th one on its own someday because it does look a lot visually nicer. Again, I'm not a graphics guy, but that is insane for the PS4, I've heard. Same as Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anyway, I'd say I like the first game, don't give a shit about the rest of them. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's Yakuza time. Going in chronological order in universe, we've got Like a Dragon Ishin. Now, there is some debate as to whether the events of this game are canon to Yakuza overall, with different characters' faces, because originally this game was a PS3 game called Ryuga Gotoku Ishin, right? Like a Dragon Ishin, which is what it's called in English here, but this is the remake of it. In Japan, this is called Like a Dragon Ishin Kiwami, which means extreme, because, you know, Kiwami means extreme, there's the whole meme. So this is a remake, but in English this is the first time we've got it. It is a fine video game. It is easily the worst Ryuga Gotoku Studio game that I've played. I'm going to shorten that to RGG. RGG games are Yakuza, Judgment, Lost Paradise, the Fist of the North Star game, and like a couple of other things, but mostly just Yakuza. It is easily the worst one, and I'm not going to go incredibly in-depth on all of the Yakuza games because I might make that into another video where I gush about them, because I have a lot to say. It's one of my favorite franchises. But yeah, this is not a great game. A lot of missed potential, a lot of mishandled things. It feels too much like an RPG. I mean, I guess they are RPGs, but the sort of leveling up and weapons elements in this one just do not work for me. I'm going to move on before I delete that other video. I'll just say visually this is probably one of my favorite boxes. I love this with the leaves and Sakamoto Ryoma, aka Kiryu Kazumanosuke. No, that's the Kenzan one. What's his name? Saito Hajime. I mean, it's a historical drama. It's got like a realistically boring plot, aside from the whole night with the boys thing. Yakuza 0 and 0-2. Now, I'm obviously joking here. Kiwami is a remake of the first game, just called Yakuza. And Yakuza 0 is a prequel that came out after Yakuza 5, followed by this one. But in terms of gameplay, outside of the story, these games are very similar. This game being better, probably, outside of the fact that you cannot play as this guy, which is most of the reason people love this game, right? I'm not going to give story thoughts. I will say that I hate this box and I want to get the game without this stupid shit eventually. But Yakuza 0 is one of the best ones. Hot take, I know. Yakuza 0 is S tier as far as Yakuza. And Yakuza Kiwami is probably B tier. I mean, I like the box. It's nice little box. I really love the spine. I love when spines do this thing where they have a logo and they have a sort of classy design that isn't flashy. Like, this could go next to other black games and it would look fine. And it is an extreme remake of the classic Yakuza. He's very cool. Kazuma Kiryu. Now for Yakuza Kiwami 2, I unfortunately do not have that physically yet. I know I am a fake fan. Instead I will offer you this Makoto Date. Date-san, sort of, whatever you call this, acrylic standee. I found very cheaply on Surugaya, and I thought it was very funny that he's doing the pose. Yeah, this is what you get instead of seeing Kiwami 2. Sorry. I bought it digitally because when I played it, it was still kind of new, and it was like $80 physically. Eventually I'm gonna get it. I am. I promise. Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. It has this, like, sort of... It looks like it's embossed, but if you see the shininess, it's not. It's flat, but it looks embossed, which is pretty cool. And this is a collection of Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 remastered for PS4. This box here has a bit of a story. Again, I got this pre-owned, I'm sorry. Yakuza 5 never came out physically in the West. The reasons were numerous, and I'm not going to go into it here, but we only have this box included as part of this as a sort of token, here you go, because this is a PS4 game. It will not work on the PS3, but this is a mock-up PS3 box art for the game, which I think is a very cool little thing to have. I don't display this with the PS3 games because it's not. It's a PS4 game, and also it's got this chip in it, so I want to keep it in here. But it's cool to have. I like this as a collectible. Now, Yakuza 5 is a game I'll get into some other time. I think it's pretty good. Overall, pretty good. Pretty good. I didn't show the sleeve, but it's pretty generic. It's just sort of a bit tattered, bit of a tattered box. And this is the main deal, main event. Fold it out. You can see there's Daigo's tattoo. This is where 5 would go. And then 3 and 4 are on the same disc for some reason. I'm not complaining. Less discs. And you can see there's Majima's tattoo. It's very, very cool. Very, very high quality in here. Yakuza 3, good game, very flawed. Yakuza 4, bad game, very funny. This is one of the stickers you get in a lot of these games. I believe it is every single game except the greatest hits version of 0 has it. I actually have this sticker on my laptop. It's not white and black, it's black and clear. I'm not sure if this is the same version of it, but you get this type of sticker with all of the RGG games. And this is nothing. It's a cute little collection. It's a cute little collection. And then over here we have some little developer interview stuff. But I'm not going to try and read those out in Japanese to you right now. Or English, actually. They have them in English as well. It's cute. I'm glad I own it physically. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Yet another tatty box. But this is the Essence of Art edition, it is called. And you can see when you slide the game out of the slip. Again, pre-owned. Weird box art as well. I don't love this box art. But yeah, this is the Essence of Art edition. And instead of an actual game box, you get a little art book with some glue or something stuck to it, unfortunately. This is obviously Kiryu's dragon tattoo. And you can look through. I'll just give you a little flip through. There's a little blurb. And then there's a whole bunch of fan art. Isn't that really cool? Ono Michi. Oh no! Michio-da! And you can see all these different art styles from independent artists. Some of these are stunning, right? Some of these are probably also spoilers. This was when Zero was very popular, of course. This is stunning. I love looking through these every so often. Wen Hai Li. Just his shoes. That's a beautiful Haruka. Nuggets. I forgot about Nuggets, yeah. Yeah, it's a really cute little thing. And then of course you've got the game itself back here. And I am a big Yakuza 6 defender. I think it is a good video game. I'll get into that another time. I liked it more than Yakuza Kiwami 2. Take that how you will. Please take that bait to watch the Yakuza video when it comes out. Please get mad. Please tell me I'm stupid in the comments. Please smash that like. Yakuza 7. This is one of the best video games I've ever played. Hot take, I know. I've got the Daiichi Steelbook edition, because you know, Ichi means one, Ichiban. It's got a spine on both sides, which is really strange. And you can see this is a pretty nice, very gold, very flashy Steelbook. It's nice to own. This one I did not buy new, but it looks almost new, which is pretty cool. And again, you got the sticker. You got a DLC bit of paper. And you've got the Japanese box art on the inside, which looks really bad in comparison to the piss one, in my opinion. Just because, you know, the face actors are up here, but villain kind of main hero, so it's weird. It doesn't look good. It looks aesthetically a lot worse than the piss one, in my opinion. Even though the piss one has like the sheep guy up here, who is not actually a character. It's weird. These box arts are weird. That's all I'm gonna say. Amazing game. Amazing game. Lovely box. Not much to say here, really. You should really try this one. This is like the JoJo's Part 7 of Yakuza, because this is where they switch to a completely different style. This one's a turn-based RPG. I know, you might be screaming, Oscar, earlier you said you don't like turn-based RPGs. This one is an exception. This is the exception of all time. Adore this game. Story, visuals, I mean the people look kind of weird, but everything else visually, great. Combat, actually fun somehow. Exploration, amazing. Music, amazing. Play this. This game I had to import, which is annoying because its title is in Japanese and doesn't match the rest of them. But at least I have it physically. I wish that we got it physically over here. I do not know why we didn't. If you can't read Japanese, this says Nama o Keshita Otoko, meaning the man who erased his name. Or in English, as it's called, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the game with a very long name. This is a prequel slash sort of ongoing at the same time sort of thing to Yakuza 7, hence the 7 in the title in Japanese. This is where Kiryu was. That's Kiryu if you couldn't tell. You might be blind. I don't know if I've got any blind subscribers. This is Kiryu in between 6 and 7, and also leading into the events of 7. There's a really cool part I'm not going to spoil, where you play through an event where you can see Ichiban in the background. When you're playing this one, it's very cool. It has like a remix of the theme, but it's sort of less chaotic because Kiryu knows what the fuck he's doing and Ichiban doesn't. I don't know. It's a great game. A really great game. It does kind of fall out of your ears a little bit because it's not too irrelevant to the rest of the story. And it's short. It is short, and the combat is a little more simple in some ways than other games. Specifically these other games. But I really like this game. Some people think it's like not worth existing. I love it. I'm glad it exists. I do think that Kiryu pandering should stop, and they should stop trying to pretend it's his last game. Most of the story's pretty lame. I like some of the villains. and I really like that ending cutscene. I think that cutscene with Kiryu and the iPad, I'm not going to say much more, is the only time I've actually cried at a video game, movie, TV show, or book since I was like 10. That really hit me. And I knew it was coming. And I'd seen it on YouTube and I still cried. We both crewed. We crew together. Yakuza 8, yet another fantastic game. I'm running out of ways to say you should play these because they're fucking beautiful. This thing looks a little beat up just because I've used it way too much. It's Yakuza 7 but more. Gameplay's way better. Story takes a big hit at the same time. It really does feel like a Breath of the Wild versus Tears of the Kingdom thing, where the gameplay is so much better, but the story is just not as good. So you can like recommend both of them. Amazing game, not a big step up from 7. I'm glad it exists. I love it. I've played so much of this game. I could walk through Waikiki the same way as Yokohama now. Or Kamurocho. Why didn't I not say Kamurocho? And for the last bit of this section, we have Johnny Judge Eyes. This is Yagama. I love him. Judgment and Lost Judgment are a side series that are adjacent to the Yakuza games, set in the Yakuza universe, but without many crossover characters, if that makes sense. Like, yes, you're both in Kamurocho. Yes, Kiryu does exist. A dissolution of the Tojo clan is mentioned at one point in this one. But they're effectively a separate series. The characters do not cross over. Very classy box arts. Spines. I love this box art. I think this one is dumb. Very funny, but dumb. This is one of my favorite box arts of all time, I think. The Japanese one, it may be on the interior cover. Yeah. Why the fuck did Japan fumble so bad? Like, what is this? This is him, like, asking to go to the toilet or something. He's, like, poking his head around the corner. He looks stupid, and it's just got random faces here, and the mole in the background, versus he's cutting through the bullshit, and the shattering. It's beautiful. Anyway, I adore this game. Gameplay-wise, it is not as good as some of the other Yakuzas. Like, the Mortal Wounds mechanic is dog shit. The styles are unbalanced. I'll get to that in its own video, but play this game. I love it. This is another jumping on point for Yakuza. It may feel like going backwards to go from this to 0 in some regards, and then it'll definitely feel like going backwards from 0 to Kiwami. But if you like what you see here, play Yakuza. If you like Yakuza, play this. Amazing. And then this game as well. I will say this game's probably got the best story overall as far as suspense and drama in any of the RGG games. This game is a little bit worse at the pacing side, but it's also really fantastic. It's got a great villain. This is the only villain where people argue that he was right this many years after the game, and that's how you have a good villain. The villain in this game is fantastic. Also, I should mention the music for all of RGG, but these games especially, insanely good, right? Gameplay in this one's the best in the franchise. Story's amazing. This is probably my favorite RGG game, honestly, if I'm thinking about it. But the back of the box is lame, so clearly it's B tier. And that does it for PS4 games, which is a lot more time than I thought there would be. And that does it for part 1. Please stay tuned for parts 2 and 3.